Welcome into the PHNX Cardinals halftime show. I'm Johnny Venerable. He's Frank Sanders. Cardinals just wrapped the first half against the Philadelphia Eagles. Frank, 14-10, but given how that game started, Cardinals down in a 14-0 hole. Still no first quarter points, but you like how they finished the first half.
Look, you got to be excited with it, right? We've seen like we found our niche in a couple of plays. I like what I'm seeing in the formation changes that we've done thus far.
Yeah.
Second half performance, again, I always tell you guys this here is something that's kind of strange, is that we always have to kind of watch our offensive coordinator, who is Cliff Kingsbury, go through his 12 plays, his scripted 12 plays. But once they find their rhythm and some things that they could do versus the defense, you can actually see those adjustments, and then points start happening and moving the ball with no concern.
I like the positivity in the chat. It does feel like the second half is on the Cardinals side. Part of that, Frank, though, is the injuries up front on the offensive line for Philadelphia. Their left tackle is out, their left guard, and now their center and Jason Kelce. And on the flip side, Cardinals finally got it going offensively, and Hollywood Brown was the catalyst.
Look, it's absolutely wonderful what they're doing with him. On the touchdown play, you can see when he was in a twin set where he was one side and JC was on the interior part.
Yeah.
That's different. That's not a formation they've run thus far. A couple of slant routes he ran from the other side of the football field in a 3x1, 3x2 set, which is absolutely nice. I keep asking for those changing of moving guys around, but it's looking like it's working good in that area. There are some things that we can make adjustments on. Again, the Rondale Moore quick screens, that stuff right there is not happening right now. We need to do better than that.
Yeah.
Than we can do. The running game looked like it kind of got things moving along the way.
James Conner, 9 for 55 on the ground.
Excellent.
He leads the game in rushing. Cardinals actually outrushed Philadelphia in the first half. They had more yards. First downs were about equal, Frank. Just the Kyler Murray turnover that I think eventually led to points potentially. But regardless, Cardinals, I don't want to say they have them right where they want to be. Cardinals would love to have a first half lead for the first time this year. But given how well the Cardinals have played in the second half, how poorly Philadelphia has played, I think the most important thing, Frank, is that this team has found out that they can play with the Eagles. And when they're at their best, like, they can't stop Hollywood Brown today. Look, they can't stop James Conner.
And that's a confidence booster. You're talking about the only undefeated team in the NFL right now, and they come into your home. This would be a great opportunity for the Cardinals to kind of figure themselves out. They're figuring themselves out. We talked about the preseason legs, and now they kind of got into the regular season legs. They got themselves under where they can understand what it feels like to play full quarters of football. Guys understand their assignment, what they're doing. We got some guys that's back healthy, feeling healthy, and that's good for us on our behalf. You're absolutely right. Them having some injuries on their part is helping us, but that's football, right? And then you got to take advantage of that, and I think we're doing that.
Well, Brother Numsy, Marco has to go. Get it together, bro. Well, Frank, you and I were talking. They're playing off because they do not want to be beaten deep by Devontae Smith. They're doing a hell of a job on A.J. Brown. Byron Murphy, I thought, had a very good half. I actually thought the defensive back play for the Cardinals, very good. Jalen Thompson almost had an interception. Where the Cardinals are going to get into trouble, and we talked about it ad nauseum all week, is that the Eagles want to out-physical you with running the football, but then they also want to out-screen you. The screen game has been the Cardinals' biggest enemy for Vance Joseph. That's why it's so imperative that Isaiah Simmons and Zaven Collins take that next step, because, like, Ben Neben can be in the position to make a tackle, but he's not good enough to hang with these playmakers, these Dallas Goederts of the world. So, what do you expect second half adjustments from Vance Joseph?
I expect him to kind of stay in this little situation where he's at right now. The bend don't break. You got to remember this here. They have a dual threat quarterback in Jalen Hurts. He can do both. He can run, he can pass, and he has weapons on the outside as well as his tight end on the inside. So that's something you got to be smart with. You got to pick your poison in the right spot. So I expect Vance to kind of do what he's been doing and find those moments when you can kind of create pressure to catch him in the right down and distance situation. Offensively, I expect to continue to do the same, but be a little more physical on the offensive side. Fletcher Cox, we're neutralizing them. That's a good conversation to have with just our offensive line not having Rodson.
Eagles have no sacks, by the way.
And that's special, right?
And the Cardinals, when they want to run the ball, they can. And I think that's the most frustrating thing it is with Cliff Kingsbury, Frank, is that the Cardinals would get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards per carry and then get away from it. And somebody needs to take Cliff aside and say, hey, Cliff, we've got them where we want them. There are plays to be had. Cut this cute shit out with Rondale Moore. Stop going east and west.
Look, Spec says Rondale can't play anymore. Nick says, look, we need to make some decisions with that. Look, Rondale Moore, they'll figure him out. I think I would like to see them go down the field with Rondale Moore more than just this little back end stuff they're doing with him. It's pathetic, and everyone in the league knows that.
Just
you guys as well in our chat. But that's where Cliff has him, and he's kind of got isolated in his mentality. That's what he does well. We'll figure that out, and I think he'll get better down the road. We want to use his 4-3 speed for other things. But look, this offense right now looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm liking. Remember, guys, go back and start watching the formations that we're doing. We're moving guys around. The last couple of games before we left Hollywood on the left, we never moved him around. A.J. stayed on the right, but we're moving guys around. That's going to create differences for the defense, and it's going to put us in positions where we can attack their weaker players.
Yeah, you know, I really like what I've seen from this Cardinal offensive line that's missing Rodney Hudson. Kyler Murray's getting time to throw.
They look great.
And I don't particularly love the play calling. You know, they had to get the punt. They got that, ended up getting 3 off of it. I actually do think had time not been a factor there, Frank, and, you know, you get down with, you know, who needs more touches, by the way, down to the 2. Had that been just a typical possession when the clock isn't against you, I think the Cardinals score a touchdown there. That's not breaking news or anything, but I think where the Cardinals are struggling right now is they have no size at receiver outside of A.J. Green. Their quick snap offense in the red zone is not great. They want to make this game ugly, I think, and they can do that against Philadelphia because what I'm seeing right now from Philadelphia is a group offensively that's having trouble blocking people and defensively that you can run on.
This would be the moment when we get in the red zone and we seem to be struggling at 10 yards in the end, guys. Look, being in the middle of the field is a lot of fun to play with because you got a bunch of guys doing a whole bunch of things, deep routes and intermediate. You got the kind of that good in between. But when you get in that red zone area, everything becomes shorter and smaller, and you got to get the ball a lot quicker. Here's the difference. I agree with you 100%. We do not have big receivers out there right now.
Yeah.
But this is the time when you can bring a Trey McBride and you can have your boy Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
2 tight ends on the outside, spread wide. They're both 6'5" and above. They're probably going against cornerbacks. You know if fades come and make a decision. Give them a jump ball or throw a back shoulder and let them body guys up. That would be a good move I would think would happen. I would also like to see a little bit more ace formation down in the red zone area where we can kind of do some things that will kind of be it'll look different and it'll be different and it'll give Kyler one way to make a good decision on.
The only way this offense moves the ball right now is threefold. You either run the football, you throw it to A.J. Green, or you throw it to Hollywood Brown. That's it. So if I'm Cliff Kingsbury, I'm leaning into those things. Now on the flip side, Vance Joseph's defense didn't look great early, but had a very nice second quarter. I thought outside of the touchdown that they gave up, couple nice possessions to end the first half. What do they need to do to continue to kind of stymie this Philadelphia offense?
We got to play defensive. We got to play the bend, don't break mentality. I know guys that want to see a little more pressure, but if you watch what Vance Joseph is doing on the defense, guys are moving around. We got guys standing up. It's an enigma in the mentality of an offensive line, which is used to seeing 4-down guys from the Arizona Cardinals. Guys are standing up and moving around. That'd be good to kind of confuse what you think that Jalen Hurts might want to do.
Yeah.
Either that's the RPO, or you neutralize him in the mentality because he doesn't know exactly where the pressure's coming. Offensively, definitely we got to alienate the turnovers. Can't have turnovers, but we got to find a way to just be a little more physical. Let's make it a grimy game.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that. Make it ugly, but in the mentality, we have 3 really, really great running backs, and that's JC, Eno, and your boy D. Wills.
Yeah.
And they want to be physical. Let's make it a little grimy. I like the 2 receiver offense because that way it gives Kyler either left or right.
Yep.
You don't have to get cute with it. He can see what he wants to go. Isolate guys one-on-one and then just go out and make plays.
I said, Michael, in the chat, I'm with you. Like, Kyler needs to start running. I thought perfect opportunity there with 10 seconds left, like run pass option, roll him out. There have been opportunities for him to take off. For whatever reason this year, guys, they are making it a priority not to run Kyler Murray. I don't like it. Frank doesn't like it. But right now, this is the offense, and it needs to run through, no pun intended, the running game. We will be back live for the PHNX Cardinals post-game show. Myself, Frank Sanders, Damian Anderson, hopefully celebrating a win. Come back and join us. And in the meantime, be sure to like, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review, smash the like button on this video. And for Frank Sanders, I'm Johnny Vermable. We will see you on the post-game show.